Today I will discuss the topics conductors and insulators, free charge and bound charge inside conductor, dielectric and electric polarization, capacitor and capacitance. Now, the first topic, conductors and insulators. In what is conductor? In some material, electrons are weakly bound to atoms or molecule. These electrons are free to move throughout the body, known as free electrons or conduction electrons. When such material placed in an electric field, free electron move opposite to this field. Such material are known as conductor. All metals are conductors. They have plenty number of free electrons. Now, I will discuss another class of material in which electrons are tightly bound to their atoms or molecules and have no free electrons. When such material subjected to electric field, then electron shifts a little opposite to electric field, but cannot move. Such materials are known as insulators. For example, rubber, wood, etc. Now, second topic is free charge and bound charges inside conductor. The loosely bound electrons with atoms or molecules of conductor, on applying external electric field, they start move freely, known as free electrons, but when electrons ejected out as free charges, they leave positive ions and they do not move. Such positive ions are known as bound charges. So, I will explain again that the electrons which move freely in a conductor, they are free charges and they leave behind the positive ion, they are bound charges, they cannot move. Now, another concept, that is dielectric. Dielectric insulating material or very poor conductor of electricity. When such material placed in an electric field, almost no current flows, because they have no free electrons like metals, but they may be polarized. For example, porcelain, ceramic, we see the porcelain, mica, glass, plastic and oxides of various metals, air, paraffin, etc. Now, electric polarization. What is electric polarization? So, for this, first of all, we will discuss two types of materials. One is polar materials. In polyatomic molecules, the polyatomic means which have many atoms, the center of mass of negative charge, the center of mass of negative charge due to electrons and positive charge distribution due to nucleus. When center of mass of negative charge distribution do not coincide with the center of mass of the positive charge distribution, then such material known as polar material. For example, water molecule, hydrochloric acid. So, there is, I want to show the hydrogen, 2 hydrogen in H2O, their center of mass is at this place and for oxygen the center of mass here. So, they are not coinciding. So, H2O is a polar molecule. Another kind of material, that is non-polar material. In non-polar material, the center of mass of positive charge distribution coincides with negative charge distribution. So, atom or molecules of such materials have no permanent dipole moment. But when such materials are subjected to external electric field, the center of mass of atoms or molecules due to electrons negative charges distribution shifted opposite to electric field. मतलब ये हुआ कि जो इलेक्ट्रॉन की वजह से सेंटर ऑफ मास था वो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में शिफ्ट हो जाएगा और सेंटर ऑफ मास ऑफ पॉजिटिव चार्ज जो है वो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के डायरेक्शन में शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, जिससे कि एक डाइपोल बन जाएगा और इसका एक डाइपोल मूवमेंट होगा. Now, I will discuss about the polarization. What is polarization? When a dielectric material is placed in an external field. जब किसी डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल को एक एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में रखा जाता है, डाइपोल मूवमेंट एपियर्स इन एनी वॉल्यूम इन इट. तो किसी भी वॉल्यूम में किसी भी प्लेस पर एक डाइपोल मूवमेंट एपियर हो जाता है. दिस इज नोन एज पोलराइजेशन. तो सपोज कंसीडर ए डाइलेक्ट्रिक स्लैब. इट्स इंडिविजुअल डाइपोल movement randomly oriented, so they have no net dipole moment, but when electric field is applied, the dipole moment want to align in direction of electric field, but due to thermal agitation they want to orient opposite to electric field, but electric field is more effective, so dipole moment align in direction of electric field, and negative will be in left direction and positive in right. So, and negative positive will neutralize each other. So, on the left side negative charge develop and on the right side positively charge develop. So, I want to explain you by two plates connected with the battery. When they are connected with the battery, then the plate which is connected with negative pole becomes negatively charged and positively charged. So, electric field will maintain from positive to negative. Now, we place a dielectric. When it is not polarized, then center of mass of positive and negative coincide and they have no net dipole moment. But when they are subjected in a electric field, then negative charge means electron attracted towards the positive plate and nucleus towards the negative plate. Thus, center of mass of negative charge and positive charge separated and a dipole moment develop. Electric field which is applied, it polarized the dielectric and there is a polarized electric field which is opposite to the applied electric field. So, which reduce the external electric field. Suppose E naught is the applied electric field, and EP is the polarized electric field. So, net electric field will become E naught minus EP. Now, I will explain you polarization vector, or it is simply polarization. The polarization vector को polarization भी कहते हैं. It is defined as the dipole moment induced polarization vector or dipole moment induced per unit volume. Let sigma p is the induced charge per unit area. It is induced per unit area. So, total charge is equal to sigma p into A, where A is the area. Now, dipole moment is equal to charge into separation between them. So, sigma p into A is the total charge, let L is the separation between negative and positive charge. So, dipole moment per unit volume it will be sigma p A L upon volume will be area into length. So, it will be sigma p. So, dipole moment per unit volume is also known as polarization vector. So, polarization vector is equal to sigma p, means polarization vector also equal to the induced charge per unit area. I will discuss about dielectric constant. As we have discussed in electrostatic, that dielectric constant is the ratio of the force between two charges when they are placed in vacuum to when these two same charges placed in medium. But here I want to discuss the dielectric constant in terms of electric field. Suppose we place a dielectric in external electric field E naught. So, as shown in diagram here. So, dielectric is polarized and EP is the polarized electric field. So, electric field will reduce and the electric field will become E naught minus EP. It is the net electric field E. So, dielectric constant is defined as the ratio of the applied electric field to reduced electric field due to polarization, that is denoted by E. So, K, that is dielectric constant, is equal to E naught by E, where E naught is applied electric field. वो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो हमने अप्लाई की है, जैसे फिगर में दिख रहा है ये ई नॉट, और ये पोलराइजेशन हो गया तो ई पी जो है वो पोलराइज्ड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है. तो ई नॉट माइनस ई पी जो वो रिजल्टेंट फील्ड हो गई और डाइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट जो है वो क्या है, रेशियो ऑफ द अप्लाइड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड टू reduced electric field. So, reduced electric field is given by E naught by K. If we divide the dielectric constant, if we divide the applied electric field by dielectric constant, then we can get the reduced electric field. Now, another term I want to discuss here, that is dielectric strength. Dielectric strength. Dielectric strength is the maximum electric field which a dielectric can withstand. Means, if E naught is the maximum electric field which can be beared by a dielectric, if we apply the field beyond it, means more than E naught, then there is a breakdown. Means now the property of dielectric will be vanished and it will become a conductor. So, we can say that dielectric strength is the maximum electric field which can be withstand by a dielectric, and beyond which there is a breakdown occur in the dielectric slab. Now, I will discuss about the capacitor. A capacitor is an arrangement of two plates for storing large amount of electric charge, and hence electric field in a small space. मतलब कैपेसिटर एक ऐसा अरेंजमेंट है जो कि लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज को स्टोर कर सकता है और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को जो है वो स्मॉल स्पेस में स्टोर कर सकता है. यदि इन ए फैन कैपेसिटर इज यूज्ड टू स्टार्ट द फैन initially, first it gives the charge is stored in it and it give a motion initially, due to which coil start moving. Usually a capacitor consists of a system of two conductor separated by an insulating medium. One is positively charged and other is negatively charged, and the capacitor is charged by the battery. Here I want to show a video by which I can explain the charging of the capacitor. Initially there are two plates and a dielectric medium is there between them. They have equal negative charge and positive charge. So, both plates are neutral. Now, when it is connected with the battery, then electron will start moving towards the positive plate, and from negative pole they go towards the another plate. So, from where electron transfer, there is a deficiency of electron, and where electron is stored, then it will become negative. So, one plate become positive due to lack of electron, another plate become negative due to excess of electron. So, a potential difference will maintain between plates. When this potential difference between plates equal to the applied potential difference, then maximum potential difference will maintain between the plates. If separation between the plates is D, so when one plate is positively charged, another plate is negatively charged, then an electric field will maintain from positive to negative, and this electric field equal to the voltage upon separation D, E is equal to V upon D. The charge on positive plate, we say that the charge on the plate is 2 coulomb, 2 microcoulomb. It means which charge is given to positive plate? It is the charge on the capacitor. If we say the charge on the capacitor is 2 coulomb, it means we give a 2 coulomb charge to positive insulating plate. These both plates are insulating, and one plate is given positive charge. When positive charge is given, so due to induction a negative charge will develop in near part of first positively plate, as here this is positively plate and it is the near part of it is negatively plate, negative charge, and positive charge will accumulated on the other side. Now, I will discuss the principle of a capacitor. Suppose there are two insulating plates, one is charged, positively charged. So, due to induction, the near surface will have negative charge and the outer surface will have positive charge. So, potential of plate A will decrease due to negative charge and it will increase due to the positive charge. So, if we earth the outer part, then positive charge will be vanish, means electron will come from the ground and they neutralize the positive charge. Now, there is only negative charge on plate B. So, potential will decrease more. It means we can give more charge to a plate A. Thus, storing capacity of plate A will increase. So, principle of capacitor we can say in this way: capacitance of an insulated conductor is increased by bringing near it uncharged conductor connected to earth. It means there is a plate which is positively charged. We bring a uncharged plate near it. When uncharged plate near it comes, then due to induction it will get near surface will get negative charge and outer surface will get positive charge. If it is earthed, then positive charge will go to the ground. So, this arrangement can increase the storing power of charge, means more charge can be given to insulating plate. There is symbol of a capacitor, two plates, and this is a symbol of variable capacitor. Now, electrical capacitance. Electrical capacitance of a conductor is related to its ability to store the electric charge or energy. Let me give Q charge to the plate. As Q charge is given to the plate, so its potential will increase. It means charge is directly proportional to the potential. means Q is directly proportional to V. So, Q is equal to CV, where C is a constant of proportionality and is called electrical capacitance of the conductor, and C is equal to Q by V. So, capacity of a conductor as a ratio of the charge given to the conductor to the rise in potential, means it is the ratio of the charge given to the conductor and potential. So, electrical capacity it is denoted by C. So, if V is equal to 1, then C is equal to Q, means electrical capacity of a conductor is numerically equal to the charge required to raise its potential by unity. If V is equal to 1, then C will be equal to Q. Then we can define electrical capacity of a conductor is numerically equal to the charge given to conductor which can raise the potential by unity. Now, the SI unit of capacitance is farad, denoted by capital F. So, 1 farad is capacitance of a capacitor if 1 coulomb charge is given to the plate of a capacitor, if it can increase the potential by 1 volt. Means on giving 1 coulomb charge to a conductor, it can increase the potential by 1 volt, then capacity of that conductor or capacitor will be 1 farad, because 1 farad is very big unit. So, we use small units microfarad, picofarad and nanofarad. Dimensions of capacitance you can find C is equal to Q by V, and change all in fundamental unit. Q is equal to Q upon W by Q, then it will be Q square by W. Q is the charge, so ampere into time. So, we will get the dimension m minus 1, L minus 2, T 4 and A square. Now, to show that 1 farad is very big unit, I will find here capacity of an isolated spherical conductor. Let there is a isolated spherical conductor plus Q charge is given, the charge is transferred to the upper surface, and let radius of the spherical conductor is R, then potential will be this, and we know that C is equal to Q by V. If we put the value of V, then we will get C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. If we consider that earth is a conductor and we find its capacity, then the value of 4 pi epsilon naught is 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power 9, and radius of earth is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. Then we will get the capacitance is 711 microfarad, even it is very much less than 1 farad. So, even earth cannot have 1 farad capacitance. So, we can say capacitance is very big unit.